Thank you once again for joining us for this community information session. My name's Rebecca McKenzie. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Mitchell Shire Council. And again this evening we are joined by representatives of the CFA, Victoria Police. Tonight we also have a representative for the Department of Environment and Primary Industries. We have council staff here and a number of other agencies that are all working to support you during this very challenging time. I know that most of you are here for the information that will be shared by the CFA in terms of fire activity and what you can anticipate over the coming days. We will also share with you some further updates from last night's meeting in terms of the process for getting you back into your homes as quickly as possible and what's happening in relation to rehabilitation of roads, etc. So what I might do is pass over to the CFA first. Again, we will have opportunity for questions at the end of the formal briefing session. People will hang around as well to answer any individual or personal questions or issues. But we do need to get to Seymour for a further 8 p.m. briefing tonight. So, and we will run a second briefing here this evening after this briefing for anybody who hasn't been able to make it into the room. Okay, so I might just pass over to the CFA, to Tim Butcher. Thank you.
Thanks, Rebecca, and ladies and gentlemen, my name's Tim Butcher. I'm actually down from New South Wales to support my colleagues in the CFA and return the favours. I was actually recently, in December, managing a base camp in Penrith, and we had a strike team from the CFA come up and support us in those horrible fires. So I'm down here to help return the favour. I intend tonight to give you a brief overview of the fire and what we're expecting over the next couple of days, and after this session to answer any questions that I may one-on-one or if it applies to people in general, try and answer them after my session. So first of all, we've got 3 fire maps in the room. After this session we'll move them out further so you can get up and have a closer look at them, but just to orientate you to the map briefly. At the tail end and the heel of the fire we have Craigieburn. On the eastern flank we've got Wallan here, further north Kilmore, and on the western side, I'm sorry I've just got to find the names here, Lansfield and Romsey. That's roughly where the fire is, or that is where the fire is situated in between those areas. In terms of fire activity, yesterday we had a fair run of fire and we had a second flank come up down the bottom, and last night was very active fire as well. Fortunately today the CFA crews, supported by other agencies, have been able to largely control the active fire generally around the fire ground. More specifically, the active fire on the hill at Craigieburn and at the very head of the fire is very quiet. In fact, we had patrols coming down either side of the head of the fire this afternoon, and there's no active fire there. Unfortunately, we still have a large amount of active fire on both the east and the west flanks of the fire. So we've got crews working on them to bring them under control. Just to give you a few facts and figures. So today, working on the fire ground, we had over 300 people on the fire ground, 300 firefighters. They were using 65 trucks and 14 aircraft, including an air crane. The current area burnt is 23,500 hectares with a perimeter of 200 kilometres. If you do the maths of that, you can get an understanding of the significant challenges faced by our firefighters on the fire ground to bring this area under control. We have had 3 confirmed house losses, and we are still in the process of doing further damage assessment across the fire ground. On the upside, I think it's important to point out that we have been able to protect over 5,000 properties immediately surrounding the fire ground and protect over 13,000 people immediately surrounding the fire ground. There are a number of issues, and I know that many of you here are keen to get back to your own homes, and believe me, it's our highest priority to get you all back home as soon as it is possibly safe to do so. Our crews are working with that in mind, and our focus is to get you back home as soon as it is safe to do so.